I am so sorry that I'm talking about Eugenia Cooney again. I had no intention of making 3 videos in a row on her, but it seems like everything is just sort of happening at once. And now there's some really, really serious stuff going on that we really need to talk about, and I just couldn't let it wait. First, we spoke about, as you will know, the whole TikTok lawsuit thing. That's a whole mess. That's crazy. Then we were talking about the weird AI videos that are going around because that was pointed out to me. And now we have some very, very serious allegations that are being made. So this is something that came up on my TikTok, and it's something related to allegations that were made about her previously, but with new information, new evidence, and it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Like, I'm not exaggerating. This is awful. And again, like I said, I just couldn't wait to make this. I couldn't be like, oh, well, I've already done other videos on her about her. Like, this is serious. Now, I did wait. So this person posted their videos about Eugenia in parts. So I waited at least until all the parts were up. So we have everything to go through here. So this was one of the first things that this person posted. The account is WTF is this timeline. So there you go. And it says, I've just have it paused because it's just like a music in the background. When a lawsuit against TikTok has Eugenia Cooney mentioned in a big part of it as being bad for kids because of her body. But I've known long before she's been on this app that she's unsafe due to the fact that she had a covert PDF file ring in her community that I was a victim of for years, not even talking about the ED influence aside. So you can see what I mean when I say this is bad and this is serious. And yes, this is something that's come up about Eugenia in the past, that she had some dangerous people in her Discord server. And it was being said that she was complicit in this, that she knew and didn't care. But she claimed at the time to not know how bad these people were, right? And I think she might have said it was just one person. So she claimed to not know how bad this person was, when this person was actually a convicted criminal. And I and a lot of other people just believed her that she didn't know, because, you don't vet everybody that's in your Discord server. Maybe you should. I don't know. I don't have Discord, okay? I do not use Discord. But at the time, I vaguely remember being like, well, she probably didn't know, and it was really stupid that she didn't know, but she probably didn't, right? So it's not like she was complicit. But now this person is posting more and has actually posted about this in the past with screenshots and evidence of some of the stuff going on. So let's watch the first talking video that she does on this.
So first of all, I'd like to say I might be doing some censoring here. I'm trying my best because every time I talk about her, a lot of her fans try to mass flag me and get my stuff taken down because they don't want the fact that her community and she was willingly getting herself involved in this. They like it to be shut down as much as possible, so we'll put that out there. And when I say this is an issue, I don't just mean 1 or 2 bad men or bad people in her previous Discord or Twitch or YouNow communities. I mean pretty much every guy and even some women in this space were doing this to children and vulnerable young adults. When you ask Eugenia Cooney about this situation now, she often pretends like it was just one person and conflates all these stories with just being about one guy.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. So there are a couple of iffy people in this story, a couple of... And when I say iffy, that's me being like very blasé about it. There's a couple of really sinister people that were in her Discord servers and were mods for her and stuff like that, but at the time she was talking about it being just one person, and I think a lot of people went with that, and we're focusing on that one person. But as we'll see going forward, it was more than one, according to the screenshots and evidence being shared, which, by the way, I should say this now, Everything I'm saying in this video is alleged. It's based on speculation and opinion. Do not sue me. I don't feel like being sued. Okay? Everything's allegation.
Because she knows she can get away with that with the amount of confusion with how many different names are involved, like usernames, screen names, things like that. But it's actually multiple people, and there's multiple levels to it too. Like, not everyone was a full-blown groomer of children. There was levels here. There was levels of stalking, levels of boundary crossing, things like that. Things where things didn't go as far as they could have because there was some intervention to protect the person involved. In other instances where it did go really far, it kind of varies. And there's some situations I don't know about because I'm not the only minor teenager that went through her community at the time. There could be thousands of stories I don't know about.
So I just want to say, yeah, again, to point out, this is this person saying, like, yes, there was a lot of people involved, pretty much every level of person. There was something bad going on. And that's just, we're going to get into some of the screenshots. And when you see them, the way that my jaw dropped, and I can't believe I didn't see them when she originally posted them. I feel so bad about the fact that I didn't see it when they originally posted this. Sorry, I said she. I'm not sure if it's she. When they posted it. So I feel bad about that. Anyway, let's continue and see what else she says.
It is definitely important to know the basic facts. There's a lot of basic facts now, is that one, a lot of her former moderators have full on said that they were not allowed to ban certain people. Usually they were not allowed to ban certain people if they gave her enough money. If they were nice enough to her and enabled her issue enough, you know what issue I'm talking about, she would be very against getting these people banned. Even when they had a history of people coming to them and saying, hey, this person was creepy to me, this person was talking about their private parts to me, or this person's stalking and attacking me, can you please get rid of this person? Or maybe they have some other issue, like they're threatening people in chat and things like that. No. She was always very insistent on, don't ban these people because they're nice to me, so they must be a good person. That is the mindset that Eugenia Cooney was in with every single one of these men, unless she had a reason to turn on them, like if they turn on her, or she got too much heat for keeping them around.
I will say, I've heard it said before that, like, Eugenia will just keep people around if they're nice to her. And I guess in sometimes that's maybe not too damaging. I guess it depends who you're talking about. When it's something serious like this, she doesn't really get the excuse of, oh, well, she just, if somebody's nice to her. If it is a case that, like, people were coming to her and showing her, hey, these people in your Discord server are doing these things, and she's going, no, but they're nice to me and they give me money and they enable me, so, like, you're not allowed to ban them. That's really messed up, and we have to remember that Eugenia is a grown woman. Like, she's a grown woman. And I know, like, some people are going to be like, but Vangelina, you've defended her before. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But I am just working with the evidence being presented to me. And, like, I'm not going to just keep an old opinion for the sake of being, like, I don't even know, for the sake of being like, yeah, this is my opinion. It'll always be my opinion. It can't change. No, opinions can change. New evidence can come to light. New information can come to light. More life can be lived. And yeah, Eugenia is a grown woman who is responsible for her actions, and saying, well, they're nice to me, that's not really an excuse. So again, at the time that this specific thing was coming out, I believed her thing of she didn't know. And I feel like she would really need to somehow at least prove that she didn't know, or at least make some kind of statement, because, like, this can't be ignored. These are very serious allegations, right? If you enabled people who were harmful to stay in your Discord server because they were donating lots of money to you. that's kind of evil, to be honest. Like, it is. And so I would hope that, I would hope that everything is just misconstrued and she didn't actually do that. But why would this person lie? Like, what would this person gain from lying? That's what I'm wondering here.
For example, this is a screenshot I got back in the day of one of her moderators getting...
So I'm just going to read this out because they don't read it out. Eugenia Cooney, I never banned him nor timed him out. Look at his timeouts history for clarification. I mean, I've already given him several chances when I've had people reporting blank misconduct from him. He targets women in your community and brags about the size of his blank in whispers. I think this only proves how much I let slide from your community and how lenient I am with them. Some people are legit full of blank. So this is just a comment in chat from one of the mods. So I don't know if she even saw that, but it's from a mod. So
really, really mad at somebody for not being able to ban someone that targets women. And this, for example, this was when I was a minor and I was DMing one of her Twitch moderators about someone who was harassing me. And
sorry, let's just read this as well. Me, Robotoxin, Nevik, and 120 are all hunting him, and we are starting to convince Eugenia that he is a bad guy and is just using her to use her loyal fans. But you know how Eugenia is. She wants to see the best in everyone and give them so many chances. I love Eugenia to pieces, but damn, she is just too nice and kind. It's hard to get into savage mode. And then this person responds, I know, right? She's way too nice sometimes, which is also a good thing, but also kind of bad too. So this is now two people, if we're to assume these are real screenshots, which I don't doubt they are, but two people discussing how they've been trying to bring this information to Eugenia, but she is just too nice and kind to let him be banned. Which, now they're not saying exactly what they said to Eugenia, right? So we can't know. But if it is something really, really bad and she went, oh, well, we don't want to ban him. I'm not buying the she's too nice argument. Like, that's not a nice thing to keep somebody who's harmful in your Discord server,
Here they're saying that Eugenia is too loyal and gives too many chances. Once again, a different moderator having this experience of her being given too many chances. And back when I was a child, I saw this as she's just way too nice sometimes. And here, another former moderator came out 2 years ago saying that they couldn't get rid of bad people either, no matter what happened.
So this one says, hi everyone, my name is VangelinaSkov, and I used to be a mod on Eugenia's Twitch channel. I think it's time all of you heard my story. I was modded into the channel when her main mods had too much on their plate to handle, and I happily obliged. I was mod for her for over a year, and just up until now my eyes were open to the person she really is. First off, let me start by saying the mods in this community have verified my identity. I am not someone who is chasing for anything, just wanting to let people know the true story. Eugenia is a person that seems kind-hearted and warm at first. After she made the move to TikTok, that's when the truth hit me like a truck. She is only money-driven. She doesn't care about anything else but money and clout. She is now standing by influencers' opinions and saying things that are truly disgusting on... I'm assuming this is Twitch? She never listened to us mods. She ignored us when we were warned about harmful people and kept reading hateful and negative comments we deleted. This shows that she just seeks attention. That's why on TikTok she doesn't want any mods or people that can make her see the truth. She doesn't care about anything. She ignored me and other mods when we showed concern and disregarded us when we confronted her. I also want to apologize to all of you for having been so blind. She really is a harmful person in the end. I spent so much money and time and effort on her that I really regret. But what's done is done, and now I can only help by sharing my side of the story and let people know how she really works. If any of you are still supporting her, please know that she doesn't care about you or about anything else. I hope my little grain of sand can help in some way, and I appreciate the time you've all given to reading this. Just know I stand by you all, and I'm sorry I wasn't aware of who she truly is. So, quite damning, like one of her mods, I will say, like, this doesn't go into a lot of specifics of like what they were bringing up with her and how she disregarded it. So on that front, we don't have much to go off of, just, you know, for the sake of argument.
Happened. See, this is a pattern that happened with many mods. Sometimes they would just be mad at her for a moment in the chat, yelling at her for not banning someone, and other times they've come forward several years later addressing the fact that she does not like to ban people that harm people in her community. Besides that, we have to look at this a bit like a triangle pyramid. If the bottom tier of the pyramid is corrupt, so will the very top of it, which is Eugenia Cooney. And also what matters is the middle part of her community too, which would be her moderators. She once had a moderator that I interacted with on a daily basis, that I would go to thinking that he would help me with my situations with people that were victimizing me. I went to this moderator of hers that she promoted as a safe person for her community. And guess what he ended up being the whole time? He ended up being a convicted child. And I'll let you see this here. This was one of her Twitch and Discord moderators, and before anyone comes at me, this is all public information that you can get off a court database.
I'm pretty sure this guy we knew about before. It's been a long time since this information came out, guys. I think we knew about this guy, and maybe this is who we were focused on when she was making it sound like it was just one person.
It's not exposing or leaking anyone's info. This was one of her moderators. He went by the name Quamlaria, and that was that same guy that I showed you in the screenshot where they were saying Eugenia Cooney was too nice to ban people. This was the guy I was actively conversating with to try to report some of these people in our community, only to turn out that he was someone that was doing, you know, similar things to minors himself. I'll show you more evidence of it being him. As you can see here, the photos match the photos that he looks like. He also says he lives in Missouri, and also he's honest about being a felon. And this is interesting because Eugenia likes to claim, I had no idea anything about this. These screenshots were taken directly in her Discord server back when she had one.
Okay, I'm gonna just... I hate this phrase so much, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second. I mean, even if that message was sent in the Discord server, there is a chance she didn't see it. I'm sure she didn't read every single message that was sent, but it's also possible she did see it. And then you also have to wonder, like, if he's so open about it, did he ever bring it up to her? I don't know. And did she just, like, not question what the felony was? Like, what crime he committed? I don't know. It's all... So she maybe... There is a chance she didn't see it, right? There is. But apparently people are bringing concerns to her. So...
During this time period in, like, 2017, 2018, he was open about this fact. And if you are a person in charge of a large community of people that are young, especially... Even though they're volunteer-based, you should at least make sure, Google someone's name, make sure they are not on this registry list. Make sure they are not someone that could victimize other people. But she did not. And this is a pattern that kept happening over and over again, where she does not look into people to make sure that they are safe. In fact, she tends to pick the people that make people feel unsafe, like this person. Something else that happened to me is there was a 52-year-old man that went by the name Stan the Man, and he would stalk me and another friend that was a bit older than me, actually an adult, but also a vulnerable person in this category. He would do this directly in her Discord while Eugenia was typing in it, and he would do this where he would give donations to her, donate to her things about us, or say things in chat that she would directly read and see this harassment happening. And we would also go to her with screenshots, with evidence, not just me, like everyone in my friend group being like, hey, this guy won't leave us alone. I'd go to her moderators, hey, they won't leave us alone, oh, he's too nice, we had to wait for him to fuck up and on Twitch or turn against her or something. And she did not get rid of him for over a year, I think a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. He was allowed to stay despite what he was doing to me and others in her community. And the top, the cherry off the cake, the cherry of the cake of this all, is he got.
Sorry, I know I've just like paused at like a cliffhanger moment. I would love to. I already did watch this, obviously. I can't remember if this person shows like any of the screenshots, but I would love to see that because, again, like it is difficult when you're just going off someone's word. Not that I'm accusing this person of lying, but you know, it's good to see the evidence. Also, again, there's a little bit of a lack of specificity here, so I'm wondering like what was this man saying and doing, and how was he harassing them, and what constitutes stalking here. It would be really good to have the information. I would love if this person could kind of clarify a bit more about that, just so we could actually see exactly what's going on and how severe it is.
Away with first-degree murder. And the way we found out he got away with first-degree murder was one of her moderators was frustrated that he was still around, so he leaked his criminal record right on the Discord server for everyone to see, because he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't ban him, he couldn't get rid of him. Eugenia was too nice to let that happen. So we found out he got away with murder, and reading the articles, it really reads like he did it, to be honest with you. I'll link a screenshot of the article here. It's kind of hard to crop on here, so if you want to look this up, look up Steve Angove, Panama City, Florida murder, and you can find this newspaper archive. But here's where he's saying that, the newspaper article saying that he called someone, said he killed somebody, and basically the only reason, if you look for the entire case, that he got away with it is because him and his co-defendant were tried separately. And being tried separately meant that they weren't able to weigh them both at the same time, and back then, when this murder took place, the DNA testing and things like that weren't as adequate, and she was just a Jane Doe, so it was really hard to convict him. But he also had 52 obscene phone calls on his record, and he had a lot of other things like dismissed case of domestic violence, and this was just someone that was allowed in her community because Eugenia Cooney thought he was nice.
I will say again, because of the fact that legally he wasn't convicted of the crime, everything's alleged. Do not sue me. Do not sue anybody. Thank you.
Now let's get into the more directly predatory stuff. For example, there was someone in our community that went by the name Johnny, and he was very problematic because he was a not C, and basically he was already open about that, and Eugenia Cooney was cool with him being around, and allegedly he apparently.
I feel like I missed this bit when I watched this before. He was I'm pretty sure we can say Nazi, right? And he was open about that. He was openly that. And I would love to see a screenshot of this just so we can confirm it, you know, but like he was openly that and she was chill with it. Okay. Okay. Right.
Used to have phone calls with Eugenia Cooney, and she was very friendly with him. He was one of her most active chatters, and eventually he turned on her, but
I feel like we skimmed over she used to have phone calls with him really quickly. Like that was a bit swift there. She used to have phone calls with him. Does she make a habit of having phone calls with men in her community who donate money to her? Because that is a strange choice to be making.
that was after someone convinced Eugenia to finally get rid of him after he victimized 2 women in her community. They had to beg her on YouNow to get him banned, especially since then they didn't even have moderators on YouNow. YouNow was just like a Wild West. They only had site moderators, so the only way for them to be gone from her community was if Eugenia directly blocked him. And Eugenia did not want to do that. And I was personally victimized by someone connected to one of these men by the name of Matt Carty, and he also went by Larry Appleton and a few other names. And he should have been banned alongside with Johnny, but instead he was not. He was allowed to stay, and eventually he went on to move and groom me as part of her community. This Irish Wolfie person was also someone in her community that was a moderator offering a young minor child advice, offering to be a weight loss coach, which is notorious.
I wanted to read that. Hold on.
Young minor.
Okay. So this person says, I'm gonna do some omega fasting. And then Irish Wolfie, please, why you gotta have Irish in the name? You're making us look bad. If you want advice, etc., DM me. Helped many people, including my own mom, who lost nearly 10 stone in total, like 55 to 60 kilos or 110 pounds. So, right, you can obviously see how this is messed up, right, at a first glance. But what you have to understand is in the, can I say yeah, I'm just going to say, in the pro Anna community, there's a big, big problem of people who will help you with your weight loss, basically. Obviously, I was never in that kind of situation, but there's a lot of young people in those communities, unfortunately, a lot of kids. And you don't know who these people are, right? A lot of the time, they're just old dudes. And they will give you advice. They will get you to check in. They will get you to check in on your weight, how you're progressing, get you to send body checks, like pictures of you, to compare. If you want, they'll give you meanspo, which is when you say horrible things, like to them, like calling them like a fat pig or something to motivate them to keep going. It's extremely toxic. I have no doubt in my mind that a lot of these people are just creepy old men. And it's really messed up. Now, I'm not accusing this person of being that because I don't want to get sued, but why are you offering this? And also, are these the conversations that people were having in Eugenia's Discord server? Just wondering.
Child advice offering to be a weight loss coach, which is notoriously a predatory thing to be in a pro A community. And the craziest thing, I'm not even halfway done. There are several other stories I could tell about men in her community jeopardizing young children and being predators and things like that. I could keep going. I'm running out of time at 10 minutes here.
Okay, so there is a part 2, and that one has more screenshots, and we also have more screenshots from this person's Twitter to go through. But I want to kind of point something out here, and it's the fact that Eugenia made a community of people of her Discord, right? And it was a mixed bag of adult men and kids. And some people will argue with me. I always think that's inherently just weird. I don't agree with that being okay. Now, if there was nothing, weird happening in the main chats, fine. You could argue if it was like something for like, I don't know. And I was going to say an art community, but the art community is really weird. I mean, the YouTube art community. I don't know. For some kind of like, what does anybody use Discord for? I don't know, right? But for some kind of community of some kind that's like not centered around a person, maybe you could argue, like if it's like people giving tips about restoring computers or something. But in this case, it's like, why would you allow kids into that space when you know you have grown men? Like, I'm not saying grown men are inherently going to do something bad, but it's just weird to have that kind of dynamic going on as well. And it's not like she didn't know they were adults if she was having calls with them. So I don't know. I just don't think kids should be allowed in Discord servers unless they're just run by kids for kids. Just get children off the internet in general. That's my take. Anyway, let's watch part 2.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just gonna point out this person left a comment on their own video saying the funniest part of this is doing this in my haunt acting makeup and costume. So that is what the makeup is here, okay? Because it like threw me when I first watched it.
For letting me know. I mean, yeah, if they're still calling me an abuser, it's like, dude, like I had no idea like about like any of it. I would never want that to happen to them or anyone. So it's like that's crazy. I don't know. I thought I might have saw some stuff on Twitter like they were possibly like attacking you or something. I'm like, I don't know why. It's like you're super nice. You don't deserve that.
So this clip I just played for you was a clip from 2022 in this video here. It was in this video where someone asked if they would consider unbanning me, and the reason I was banned is I actually brought up creepy attention in our community directly in a donation, and I got banned for doing so. Now, why am I talking about this video clip and why is it important? She mentions that she saw a friend on Twitter attacking you or something to this Harley Quinn Ivy person. This confirms several things. One, Eugenia Cooney saw my profile and saw that I was attacking Harley Quinn Ivy, aka this person named Ariel. Here was the tweet that was pinned to my Twitter account about Ariel where I was attacking her. This here was a thread about how I got groomed by two people in our community, Ariel, who was around 19 and 20 years old at the time, and Brawley, who was a 34-year-old man. This was what was pinned to my Twitter, and this is what Eugenia Cooney apologized to Ariel that she was going through with me.
Okay, so are we following that? So the accusation being made here is that this person who's now making these TikToks posted on Twitter that they had been groomed by people in Eugenia's community. Eugenia saw that and apologized to the person being accused because they were being harassed. So I want to have a look at the tweets because they're still up, because she, Eugenia doesn't, I don't know. Sorry, I confused myself because I just saw my cat in the thing and she's very cute. So, right, let's have a look. When Jackie was blaming me for what I went through with Matt Cardy, I opened our DM conversation with him to find examples about how I never wanted that kind of attention with him. I ended up finding something horrible that we must have blacked out to protect ourselves relating to Ariel and Broly. While I don't remember this happening, the screenshots that I found were clear as day that Ariel, who was 19 to 20, was inappropriate towards me, 14, and that Broly, 34, encouraged it. I'm absolutely horrified about finding these. The timestamp shown here proves that I didn't just make these up, I sent them to Matt on this date. That did not size up well. Gotta fix that. Will she hug him? You don't want to talk about it. They say, I don't know. Oh, okay. I stole the attention from Dark the other day, lol. I bet you did. Were you being really flirty? Bit odd. I struggled to piece these together, but I imagine Dark and Ariel were together at the time, and Ariel and I had an inappropriate dynamic. I was 14 years old and she was probably 20. Even though I clearly seemed into it, minors cannot consent to this. It's on the adult. Cute. Hides face. Uncovers Ariel's face and kisses her. Lightly kisses back and blushes deep red. I wanna toaster bath. And then this 14-year-old at the time says, can I steal one too? As in, can I steal a kiss too? Yes, you can. Gives Ariel a kiss. I kiss Jess back, softly wrapping my arms around her, placing them on her back. I want to jump out my window. Blushes and kisses Ariel with a lot of passion. I do the same. Like, this would be like so less horrifying in its cringeness, like if you're taking away how sinister this is. If it was just two 14-year-olds talking like this, so the fact that this person is 20 talking like this, never mind the fact that you're disgusting. You're also disgusting and cringe and a creep, so it's like a really bad combination, to be honest with you. I do the same and pulls back a minute later and takes a breath. How was that? I smile. Amazing. Blushes. Good. Starts baking cookies and reading a book. Okay, this new person has now really contributed to that conversation. Great, good job. Anyway, it's on the adult for agreeing to do this or being okay with this kind of interaction at all. I found these first and felt so disgusted and dissociated, and I still don't have the proper words for it. I don't fully know how to process all of this, but this is nonce behavior. I mean, yeah. Broly was the other person in the group conversation above, and when I found these screenshots, it made it even weirder. He, 34, was encouraging Ariel, 20, and I, 14, to be in a relationship together. And he was also dating Ariel at the time. Okay. So Ariel sends a picture of some kind and they say, cute. I can see that if we all meet and if I was, for some reason, 2 rooms, I can see us cuddling, yet Zork and Dark would like sleep on a table or something to avoid sharing the same room. I have no idea who Zork and Dark are. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I could see us cuddling too. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I could see that happening to Zork and Dark too. And they say, I would enjoy that. They say, me too. And then this Broly person comes in and says, for the love of God, one of you just ask the other out. He does not leave it there though. Ariel, the 20-year-old, says, I can't stop blushing right now. XP. And the 14-year-old, who that's how I'm referring to this person for this whole text exchange, because we need to remember that this person was 14 at the time, said, same. And Broly says, look, you both like each other, so someone just ask. So I don't think you can even play this off as being a joke at this point. This adds to my claims that Broly groomed me previously when I was 13 because he then went on to promote this relationship and then wanted me to start dating Ariel apparently, as he was also dating her. This is disgusting. Absolutely vile. This reminds me honestly of Onision and Kai. I don't know how to feel about it because I feel like it was all Broly's idea and like he had a thing for it for his ex and his new girlfriend to date. I have screenshots as well from Broly warning me about Ariel trying to get with Thomas again instead, showing he clearly knew. Jess, what? Try to guard your heart. She messaged Thomas to tell him how she feels. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what she will do, if she will tell you or what, but guard your heart. You're 34. Why are you... She just sent me screenshots. He's not getting back with her right now. He told her maybe down the road. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to feel about that. He told her to have fun. She told him she'd wait for him. Slowly, this is going to take a bit. He's drunk texting her. Oh, geez. What's he saying drunk? He's asking her to post a pic in her bra and then make fake Instagram account and post nudes. Oh, what in the name of God? Why are you having this conversation with a child? She's actually thinking of doing it. What the hell? Either way, both Ariel and Broly are super creepy for doing this, for engaging with this type of behavior with a traumatized, psychotic, ED sick middle schooler. With me as a child who felt like I needed them to defend me. It is not my fault, it is their fault for both being adults in this scenario, for taking advantage of a 14-year-old who has went through so much hurt and was already groomed before. It is sickening. When I found these, I begged to forget it again, even though I still don't really remember it because my dissociative amnesia around it is so strong and I don't know what alter holds it. Maybe this is who Zork and Dark are. Okay, this might help the context of who the hell Zork and Dark are. I felt such shame when I found it because I was like, oh great, another adult I trusted took advantage of me and another thing I will get blamed for. And it just sucks. I really hate this, but it all makes sense why they defend each other now. It makes sense. I'm sure they were both hoping I'd never remember about how they both groomed me. There's absolutely no excuse for both of them. They are nonsense. Sorry, it's not funny, it's just the way it's being said. Circumstantial evidence from my video. So, right, Ace of Hearts, that's this person, yes, says, well, right now we were having a weird knife throwing RP in the group chat, and I want to say you can cut me if you want, Ariel, and then unsend it. Dear God. Lol, she doesn't have Discord? Nah, OMG, I said it. Lol, what did she say? I think you can like unsend at Skype like you can here. Yeah, true. Lol, she might not be into that. Do you know her height? What? Do you know her? She might not be into that. Do you know her height? Is that connected to whether she's into that? Most people aren't. Yeah. Yeah. This is what she said to this, but I don't want to hurt you. And I said, I'll be fine. And she said, cuts Jess on the arm. Oh my God. I didn't read all these screenshots. I just read some of them. Why? why are you having this weird, freaky, creepy, gross, disgusting, not okay conversation with a 14-year-old when you're like 20? Why are you doing that? Why are you like, what's wrong with you? Why are you engaging in this? Sorry, but like, okay, you guys are all adults. Imagine a 14-year-old, right? Messages you something like that. Are you gonna engage? Are you gonna engage in that? If you are, please call the police now and just check yourself into a cell. Otherwise, like, no normal person is gonna engage with that. You're gonna be like, either ignore them or like call their parent or ask like, dude, are you okay? You should go talk to a therapist. In most cases, I think you should probably just not respond. Then they say, oh, she likes you. I want to jump out my window. And I said, smiles and winces slightly from the knife. And she said, I watch as the blood runs down her arm and smiles a bit. What's she saying? Nothing yet. I told her she can drink it if she wants. Oh my god, I can't read this out loud. Continue the role play and she drinks it. I hate it so much. I hate it here. I hate it here. Sorry, I hate it here. Oh, this is some... Okay. Tonight's harassment. Ace also made threats to another student at your guys' college, not to mention Ace's friends are behind death threats and doxing, which we all have proof. Not to mention Ace lost all of 3 friends lately because we all got tired of Ace's endless drama. Not to mention Ace tried hard to... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's part 3? These people do not know anything but drama and trying to destroy people like they've been trying to destroy me with transphobic threats, slander, harassment in general. They went to an insane length and I'm sorry they're trying to use you for their game just because they're friends. A PDF file. Hey, you might want to check your old roommate Ace's Twitter. She was whining about you on there and she has a habit of doing that, then attacking people. Oh, what's their Twitter? I don't have it. Okay. It's because they thrive off drama. Okay. This is all feeling a little bit like I don't need to read it. So this is... Ariel's predatory Discord. In Darkness We Trust. 17 / retired drama reporter. YouTuber, he, him, taken IRL, living in an adult life. Original profile art by... So was this just not updated? Because the 17, are they 20 or are they 17? That's what I'm wondering. Nothing wrong with some booty. A picture of an anime cat girl. Okay, and then there's NSFW chats in this server. Lovely. I'm sure people are going to jump to defend her on this like always, but there's no reason to ever say sure to a 14-year-old asking if you want to see them in a bikini. Just like they're... Whoa. Where did we miss that one? Oh my god, we missed the most important ones. Oh my god, okay. So the 14-year-old says, I'm going swimming. Sweet, I want to see BRB. OMG, my brother called, kept on the phone. Dude has all this money, so miserable, blah, blah, blah. Have fun at the pool. Okay, Zork roasted me. Okay, now I still don't know who Zork is. Ariel, I'll show you in DMs if you want, since we're both females. Dark sends me his bikini pics too, since we're both males. I'm so lost. Who is Dark? Who is Zork? This is just different versions of this bikini thing. She probably doesn't want to say anything creepy. Did you get a chance to save it, LMAO? Please. Alright, fine. I took it earlier at home. So they say, please send it. I got work to do now, hee hee. Mamma mia. Goddess. Can't believe my eyes. Anyway, back to that. So, but there's no reason to ever say sure to a 14-year-old asking if you want to see them in a bikini, just like there's no reason to send them lewd catgirl photos of them kissing months beforehand, as in the minor. Yeah, this is really gross. There's a lot of, there's a vast cast in this whole thing that is slightly confusing, but the main point of it is just that this is an adult talking to a kid like this. Now, the 17 in the Discord thing confuses me a little bit. I would like some clarification on that. But oh boy, indeed. Anyway, with that in mind, we can go on to this because this person does not stop and read all of the tweets that they show in the screenshots, so.
And if she read the whole thread, she would see the proof I provided like this. This was included in the Twitter thread where she said that I was attacking Harley Quinn Ivy / Ariel. As you can see here, there is 34-year-old Brawley up here with uncovers Ariel's face and kisses her, being 34-years-old, being in like a freeway relationship with me, Ariel, and him. And this is her kissing me back and agreeing to kiss me back for roleplay. Obviously this is cringe because roleplay shit is cringe, but you should not be doing this with minors under any circumstances, okay? Here's more proof I provided in this thread, and it shows here how, once again, kind of cringe that this type of behavior is, but also shows more proof of Ariel, aka Harley Quinn Ivy, that was doing towards me, and this was in a direct thread that Eugenia Cooney read and saw that she was getting attacked on Twitter for. And I was providing enough context here as well, explaining what was happening with the guy that was 34 years old and Ariel, who was 20, and I was 14 years old. He was dating both of us at the time, and so if Eugenia Cooney saw this thread and saw that I was attacking Ariel / Harley.
Okay, can we take a moment to let that sink in? This person is claiming the three of them were dating. Can we acknowledge that, please? What the hell? That's is that not illegal? Is that, it's just a question, don't sue me, but is that not illegal? And if it's not illegal, is that not morally fucked?
Harley Quinn Ivy, this is what she'd be seeing here. So she saw what I was saying on Twitter and decided to apologize to said predator. And this was in 2022, after the whole Discord situation where her Discord got shut down by me for her continuing to sympathize and protect predators in her community. And I just want to point out, there was one point in time where I was willingly trying to communicate with her and try to get her to ban these people that were friending people in her chat and things like this. And this was the first video where I confronted her about, I ended up donating fucking money to this woman to showcase this, and I ended up getting banned for pointing this out.
Oh, the sound cuts out here,
also,
but...
sorry this fucked anything up. I just got a call from somebody, so we'll hope that my audio is still heard. But just in case it wasn't, I first confronted her about this in a donation, because like I said, I was a big fan of her at one time, trying to get her to ban people. Specifically, I was trying to get her to ban this guy named Zemzo, who was trying to beat people with like lead pipes and things like that. Really a dangerous person, and he also, there'd be like a selfies channel, and he would make weird comments towards young people in that channel. So that's what I was trying to confront her about, and then I got banned for doing this. The whole time I was trying to...
that is really, really messed up, and I think we should probably have a look at that video. So this is from a live stream on April 21st, so this video was posted 5 years ago for context. I donated her a message confronting her about the sexual and violent stuff in her community. My message was deleted, but here is the full message. I don't know if you know this, but I've already forgotten how to pronounce this. Zemzo has threatened people with violence numerous times in your streams and on your Discord. People have told your mods about this and they ignore it / say he doesn't mean it. Do you really think it's okay for him to say he's going to commit atrocities? Also, you have minors on your Discord, but adults talk Esuli in the main chat to each other. Don't you think that's inappropriate, especially considering there's been at least one known PDF file on your server before? This video is from 5 years ago. How have I not seen this video? This is 5 years old. This is insane. So there's going to be screenshots in this, so let's see what they are before we start questioning. First, here's some proof and other stuff deleted during that stream to cover it up when others express concern as well. These screenshots were taken a while ago, as we take them when we see them and document them. This includes not just the person I called out, but others. Okay, so... Are people talking trash about your outfit again? You want me to find these haters and knock some sense into them with a steel pipe? Okay, here's what it is. That's the comment that was made. Ooh, they're from Connecticut? Maybe I take a day trip over there. Maybe they fall down the stairs or something. Who knows? Maybe his brakes get cut. Okay. Edgelord, whatever. A moderator deleted your message. I joined your Discord for a couple days a while back, and I would definitely say it's not a safe place, especially for young girls. Very inappropriate and violent men. Just letting people know. Why are some people so mean to her? It makes me so sad and angry. It makes me want to punch them through the screen. Oh ho ho, Eugenia is savage. Sweet and savage at the same time. Ha ha ha. Are these people well? Dear God. Anyone know grade 10 math? I need help. So that is just to show that there's kids in the thing. And so this is the same person with the pipe, right? Saying, and underage girls, they keep waving at me. This body is a curse. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this, you weirdo? And like, you can see his profile picture is just like, he's just a dude. Like, this is some adult dude with a mustache. This is insane. No, she ended up walking up to me, and I feel bad because when she said hi, I said, not interested. In my defense, she kept giving me bedroom eyes. You're saying a child. You're saying a child. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. You're saying a child gave you bedroom eyes. You freak. You freak. You absolute freak. It's weird enough to say that about like a grown woman. But a child? Oh my God. In my defense, she kept giving me bedroom eyes. Even if she was of age, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. And I don't feel explaining why age isn't just a number for the millionth time. I don't mind getting bedroom eyes, but when it's constant, it feels uncomfortable. I'm not an object. Dude, shut up. You're like, oh, all these young girls, they just want me. You freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak, dude. What the hell? Yeah, get rid of him. Out of the server, out of any server, into a cell. What the hell is this? Ha! Whoa! I'm not reading that out loud. Oh my God. Why is this person saying... I mean, in defense of the creepy Zemzo guy, or however you pronounce that, sometimes I'm glad there's a screen between my foot and other people. There are minors in here. So he's like, dude, don't be saying that. But still, what the name of God? What is wrong with it? So these are the kind of conversations that was happening in these servers. This server should have been nuked from day one if these are the conversations people were having. That is so not okay. That is so not, that's so not okay. What in the name of God? So this dude messaged someone, said, "Hey, buddy." The next person says, "Hi. Got some things to say? Yep, I think you're a creepy simp and obsessive and aggressive. Oh, aren't you a complete little bitch? Yeah, a 16-year-old little bitch." This is gonna take me a billion years to get through all of this. Aggressive? Yeah. Creepy? Eugenia and the others don't think so. And obsessive? Well, you were talking shit about me, which your crew of dipshits do a lot. Now that I know you're just a little kid, I'm not going to continue this. I'm 10 years older than you. This person's 26 years old. So it makes sense why you'd act like such a bitchy little child. Why are you fighting with a 16-year-old? Why are you fighting with a 16-year-old? As a 26-year-old man, why are you fighting with a 16-year-old? As soon as that person says, yeah, I'm 16, you don't respond anymore. You get out of there and you don't continue to insult them. Whether you think you're in the right or not, you don't argue in private DMs with a 16-year-old. In no situation is that okay. Oh, dear God. Okay, and then I guess this person blocked them. Oh, no. You might think it's creepy, but if I were really that creepy, don't you think someone else would have said something? I have loads of people on there who are friends. Eugenia enjoys having me around. She doesn't think I'm a creep at all. More importantly, the Discord loves having me there too. That's what matters, not the opinions of a bunch of worthless, rude dumbasses who spend their entire day taking things off a Discord, stalking social medias, and keeping a tab on people they don't even know. Serial killers do that, and you're acting like the creep here. Again, this man is a 26-year-old talking to a... He's 26-year-old talking to a 16-year-old. I don't know if I said that backwards. And you don't do anything good with it. You tear people down. What if I was overly sensitive? What if those comments I saw made me want to hurt myself or commit? He's threatening to commit toaster bath because a 16-year-old called him a creep. Yeah, dude, I think this 16-year-old had a point. Oh my God. You think I'm enabling and... Eugenia by being nice to her? No, I had a friend who was being attacked over and over and I did nothing because I didn't want to get involved. And now they're dead. So I don't give a F who I have to deal with. I'll keep defending her and her community because I can't not do anything about it. Now grow up and get your head out of your asses. Why? But yeah, I think you're creepy and enabling someone for your own satisfaction. Feel free to expose this too. We all know any ounce of concern is attacked. Remember, people are responsible for their own triggers, right? Say what you want about Eugenia, she's a public figure. She has to learn to deal with stuff like that. My biggest issue is going after her fans and not just talking about it, being obsessive about it. If I didn't know any better, I'd assume you were all in love with me. Wouldn't be surprising I have that effect. Why is this 26-year-old man obsessed with the idea that young people, teenagers, are into him? That they're attracted to him? You know what? I can't say why, because it might be considered defamation, but I have an idea as to why that might be the case, you freak. LMAO, now you sound like a Onision. I'm joking. I'm not reading that. Dude, you're a freak. You're a freak, and I hate you. I truly hate this man. What if Eugenia was a vampire and wanted to bite you? Why is that a question that came to your mind? Is this a thing that you like? Eugenia can take my blood any day of the week. I have special blood. Lol. Everyone in our YouTube comment section is going on about EDs. I didn't though. I actually answered her questions about how to store stuff. And then he says, oh my God. And then he says, I wouldn't mind her nibbling on my neck. Yeah, this is something he's into. So he is just like thirsting over Eugenia. Oh my God. This message is repeated. This is the one where he said, Eugenia enjoys having me around. Here's more people talking about adult things. More people talking about adult things. Obviously, a lot of this could be argued under the guise of joking, but with minors around, none of this is an appropriate way to joke. Yeah, like if this was fully just a group chat full of adults, you're all weird, but say whatever you want, right? Like, who cares if you're all adults? But when there are teenagers and kids in the Discord and people are aware of that fact and you're still talking like this, that is really, really not okay. And Eugenia is responsible for her own Discord. She needs accountability as she has younger fans. I was a victim of someone in her community about 2 years ago. I'm not saying they're all predators, but a lot of them are creepy and aggressive. Yet Eugenia claims they're all sweet when it's clear she sees this in her chat and she is responsible for her own stream and Discord. Keep in mind. Here is the clip from her stream now.
Oh! Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I would like to try hard mode for sure. What other games do I think you're good on Switch? Pokemon is really fun. So like, I like Pokemon. I bought Breath of the Wild kind of recently, which I would really like to try out, but I still haven't gotten around to that. But I'd like to, so yeah. I don't know if you got my message earlier today, but oh, you bought me a cute Lolita outfit for Animal Crossing? That's so sweet, Nevik, thank you. I didn't even know they made Lolita outfits in Animal Crossing. That sounds so cute. Thank you for telling me. Aww. Alright, so let's see. I'm just trying to decide now like what I want to use here. Okay, so this will definitely be better for Barrett. Let's use that. What is... Oh, wait a second. Barrett now gets more materia. I don't know what I should give him. Maybe I'll give him... Oh.
I if you know this, but Zemzo has threatened people W violence new.
Okay, so the message came up, the one from the beginning, about and it is Zemzo threatening people. And so does she just delete it? Because it didn't read the full thing.
Also, please seek treatment. You don't seem to be doing well, and I am concerned.
No offense to people in here, and honestly, like, I'm not really gonna give this, like, too much of a reaction or anything. But I just kind of think, like, you know, coming in my stream and just kind of, like, attacking a viewer of mine who I think is a really nice person, I just don't really think that's...
Actually, he's a creepy weirdo. He's a creepy weirdo. He's a creepy weirdo. You could argue maybe she doesn't know the full extent of it, right? Maybe he doesn't. Or maybe she doesn't, but...
Very nice to do that. And to that person, like, honestly, he's a great person. He's always been, like, very, very sweet on my stream. So I'm not trying to, you know, be mean to anybody here. But I kind of just think coming in just to say that is kind of, like, not very nice. And then also, you know, kind of, like, bringing that on to me and everything. It's like, the stream isn't really, no offense, but, like, the stream isn't really about me, like, going to treatment or whatever. And, like, last year, you know, I was in treatment for a while and I've been doing, like, good and doing a lot better and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, you know, I just, like, don't really think that's very nice to, like, come into someone's stream and, like, try to do that. But anyways, I hope I don't seem mean, by the way, guys, but it's just like, you know, I mean, if people want to attack me, like, they can do that. And of course, like, you know, people have the right to their opinions and everything. But it's like, it's not really like what stream is like about, and also just kind of like attacking a viewer of mine that's really nice. It's just kind of like, I don't really think that's like necessary. Jay, no, I'm not trying to give them too much attention here. Like, I saw what they said, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. Whatever. So
she confirms that she saw what the person said. Again, the most grace I can give her is like maybe she didn't know the full extent of how messed up and weird this dude is, in my opinion, or in the opinion of anyone who's sane. So maybe she just thought it was like a random troll or a random attack or whatever. That is the most grace I can give her.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, Emzo, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna try to like start anything too much, but it's kind of weird where like some people just kind of seem to like really kind of like, I don't know how to say this, just like really get kind of like obsessive over some parts of my life, or like acting like they know stuff, or acting like they know stuff about some people, and can just be kind of like, I don't really get why people do that, or why sometimes people will just like suddenly turn against somebody or things like that. Like, I don't really get that. Hi, Alyssa. But yeah. Yeah, Kaizo, like, I'm sure, I'm not trying to say like she means any harm or anything, and I'm not trying to start too much of a big deal. I really don't want to do that. So I'm not trying to like be mean to her or anything like that, and I think like overall, I'm sure she's like a sweet girl, and I know sometimes, guys, that somebody can be like a regular viewer, fine, but then when they kind of just suddenly start like making videos about me or talking about me or kind of like going online posting stuff about me, then it just kind of like, sometimes I find that can be like a bit unnecessary, in my opinion. Which I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm really not trying to do that. I'm not trying to attack anybody. But like I said, I just kind of think like, just sort of like if you watch somebody online, like you might think that maybe you know everything about somebody's life, but you really may not know everything about somebody or how they're doing, or, you know, I just kind of think like sometimes attacking somebody for no reason can be kind of unnecessary, in my opinion.
She's talking about the treatment thing being an attack.
I really hope none of this comes off as mean, but that's kind of like not even like what my stream is like about, like some of the things that are like said about me or whatever, you know? Like, I'm just trying to play Final Fantasy VII, and yeah, so yeah. I've been watching your YouTube videos since Friend Life. Oh no way, that's crazy! I forgot about Friend Life. I feel like Friend Life was so long ago now. So, thank you. That's really cool that you've been around for that long. Am I single? I am single, yes. I am, so. Yeah, but anyways, guys, with the game, what do we not equip yet? I don't think we have. Oh,
She gonna discuss this again at all?
Do I have fire? Yes. So maybe I'll just do like, maybe an HP up. I feel like you can never go wrong with those, right? So yeah. And guys, like, try not to worry about it too much. You know, I think it was, I think, like, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, again, like I said, but I think, like, sometimes, I don't want to start too much about it. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to, like, be mean back or, like, attack anyone back, but I just kind of think, like, sometimes when people kind of come in here and just kind of say things that are really unnecessary and just kind of aren't very nice towards a person, or just kind of like, just kind of act, I guess, like, oh, thank you, Creepbot. Is there ever well, Kaizo, it's like, like I said, I'm just kind of trying to play my game. I'm telling you.
Okay, so the thing she's responding to now is, this Kaizo person says, "We love you. I'm sorry if they came off in the wrong way, but if we're concerned, is there ever a perfect time to say something? It's never going to be a comfortable conversation."
Of course, if you're concerned about somebody, I'm not saying you're not allowed to company like to say something to them. But the thing is, like, I'm telling you guys that, like, I am doing good and that I'm doing okay. So that's kind of really all there is to, like, say about it, you know. And besides that, you know, like, I'm not really, like, on here, like, okay, guys, ask me questions about, like, you know, like, tell me, like, what you think I need to be doing with my life or whatever. You know, like...
She seems to be more concerned about that than the comment that was made about the other dude, right?
I'm on here playing my game and, like, yeah. So, anyways, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think our material is all good. Thank you, Devern. I appreciate it. Thank you.
If you link to HP outfit,
Oh, does it really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my eyeshadow. Heavy Dew. Oh, actually, you're right. Maybe I should swap out Clouds. Heavy Dew. Yeah, that actually might be. Well, but I just gave Cloud materia, so then it's gonna get rid of it. I think. Well, actually, no, it won't. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should trade it.
And that was the end of that. Okay. Well, that was lovely. So, let's move on then and continue watching this TikTok because it is just... We still have some stuff to get through. I feel like I don't know how much that clip in and of itself proves, because again, like, if you want to give her the most grace possible, you could say maybe she didn't know the full extent of how creepy this guy is. Maybe she didn't know. And maybe she just thinks this guy's really nice. Maybe, right? But to just completely dismiss it seems a bit weird. And then she just completely, like, went away from that and focused on the treatment bit. And I don't know if that's because that's what she's more concerned with, that, like, somebody was bringing up that she needs treatment, or if she was trying to use that to sort of, like, distract away from the other claim. Because that message went poof. That message went away immediately.
Trying to tell her how dangerous her Discord was, she was insisting on the opposite in several video clips. The only time she started hearing that her Discord was dangerous was when YouTubers like Repzilla, Pastel Bell, and back in the day before she got cancelled, Creepshow Art was making videos covering this. Only then does she delete her Discord and apologize, but the whole time she was laughing along and insisting that it was such a safe place for her community. You could go and find several clips of this where she did this back in the past. If you look up Eugenia Cooney Discord, there's a lot of clips from back in the day where she was insisting, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Even though there was people friending people, there's people talking not safe for work in an environment not for only adults and things like that. I have several screenshots. I was in a separate Discord server, like, for the Eugenia Cooney haters Reddit. I was in that Discord group where we were talking a lot and showing screenshots of things that was really concerning about minors and adults blurring the lines of sexual conversations and things like that.
Jesus Christ.
This happened all the time. And I want to talk a little bit now about my personal situation where I was groomed and how that affected me, besides just the Harley Quinn Ivy stuff. But speaking of the Harley Quinn Ivy stuff / Ariel stuff, the one that Eugenia Cooney defended in 2022, I have not talked about the situation for a long time because those two, Brawley, the 34-year-old man that I mentioned in the thread, and Ariel have been blackmailing me for the better part of 5 years. They threatened to leak my location and things like that. So I've been quiet about this, even though there has been proof that she's defended them post her Discord server being deleted, and even apologizing to said predator for feeling bad that she's getting exposed type deal. So this is pretty risky for me to do.
Very messed up.
I could definitely get my video taken down. So if you see this, you definitely want to download this one and share it just in case anything else.
Hey, you do not have the option available to download this video. I'm not allowed to download this video. You need to allow people to do that. I really want to download it, but here I'm not memorializing. Yeah, I guess memorializing it for everybody. There you go.
What else ever happens to it? And speaking of this whole Eugenia apologizing thing, Ariel didn't even deny that this happened. She said,
okay, so this Ariel person is saying, yeah, I was 19. So you were an adult and was with someone else. Ace had a crush on me and threatened to H themselves at the time. So with all that, all the people telling me to do it in a way that wouldn't,
She said
can't
it
read what
happened
this
that they
says,
just
because
had a hard time rejecting me, which even if you have a hard time rejecting a minor, even if they are quote unquote dealing
I just had a really hard time rejecting the kid. That's not a good excuse. You were engaging in this behavior. We just saw the screenshots. You were engaging in that behavior. You were engaging in the role playing. You were the whole cutting thing. It's just, yeah. You were engaging in it, okay? This is just pure cope. This is not
dealing with unaliving. I hate that term, but we'll use it. And if you deal with that, you should not do this by saying yes to a minor and engaging in a relationship with them. And also, it lasted way longer than 2 days anyway, like this person's claiming. But this person didn't even deny this happening and admitted to happening and put the blame on me instead, the 14-year-old child.
Yeah, blame the kid. Because that makes sense. Not the adult. The adult could never do anything wrong. The kid.
When she was 19, 20 years old. And I wasn't even fronting to unalive myself at the time anyway. It's something that they made up. Yes, I did struggle with unaliving thoughts and depression and things like that. But this was a narrative that was completely made up after the fact, after I exposed the fact that she dated me as a 19, 20-year-old when I was 13, 14 years old. And so did Brawley, and how he can encourage this relationship as a 44-year-old man dating both of us. Which in some ways I do feel bad for this Ariel / Harley Quinn Ivy person for, because in some ways I think she...
No. No feeling bad for this person. She was an adult. Like, yeah, it sounded kind of victim-y that her boyfriend was 34. Like, that's gross. But she was still an adult engaging in this behavior with you, and so she's fully at fault for that. I don't have any sympathy, to be honest, and maybe that's harsh, but I do not.
I think she was groomed by Brawley too.
Okay, well, for that, sure. That's, like, messed up.
But when you are an adult and you bring a minor into the situation as well, that kind of takes away a bit of your victim card.
Mm-hmm.
But the Matt Carty guy, as I referenced earlier, should have been banned alongside of Johnny, the Johnny guy that was a not C who was exposed for child corn and things like that.
Huh? When did the corn, I guess if that's what we're calling it, when did that come up? Oh my god.
He should have been banned alongside Johnny and didn't get banned. So a year later, he went on to move and groom and abuse me. And I'll show you some screenshots of proof of that happening as well. Not everything, because a lot of it's pretty graphic. A lot of what he did to me was very, very disturbing for anybody to read, and TikTok might take that down. So I'll just show you like a bare minimum thing of how he talked to me. I have way more screenshots if anyone wants them for this specific guy. But for now, I'm just going to show you like one.
Hi, I want them. Can I see them? I want to see them. I want to see all the screenshots you could possibly give me. So that I could, well, unless it's like of the bikini picture that you posted, because I do not want to see that and I do not want that on my computer. But I would like to see these conversations to verify what the hell is going on here.
Like one or two things that he said that kind of give you the indication of what this guy is like. So this is how that...
Ooh. Okay. So this person says I'm 14. We wouldn't have to do the do. Oh my god. No, I'm 14. I wouldn't smash it until you're 16. That's the age in New Jersey. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'll wait until you're 16. You freak. You freak. You freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. I'm sorry, I'm just acting out because I'm jealous.
That Matt Carty guy behaved, and he was someone that was in Eugenia's community. He was allowed to stay despite Johnny Cooney being banned, / Johnny Haley, went by different names. You can see here the whole thing about he acknowledges my age, but then says this creepy stuff and everything.
This was the, like, least risque stuff that you were able to show on TikTok? What is happening in the other other
And I can go
messages?
into my whole story with him specifically because it's really disturbing, but this is just trying to overcap a lot of different type of people and stuff like that. I also want to talk about the guy that used to be in her community called Stop Bullying Eugenia Cooney. He was at a YouTube channel, he would defend her, and he was also in her chat a lot, and she loved him. He would donate so much money and things like that. Well, turns out he got exposed for being into blow-up, child-aged
No.
dolls.
No.
He got exposed for that as well. So once again, the pattern of several people in her community are exposed for this predatory intentions and things like that, or having dangerous past or things like that, and this just keeps happening over and over and over again. There's also a guy named Superstar who also went by Forever Skelly, and he was exposed for he did. I'll show you a screenshot of what the hell he was into, and he was originally a fan of her. He then turned against her, and then he used to run the original Eugenia Cooney Reddit for a while until he got removed. But he was also someone in her community that was a big fan. She loved him. He used to donate so much money to her, and he also got exposed for being a creep. Actually, I'm having a bit of a hard time finding all the Superstar stuff from years ago, because, like I said, it was years ago in 2020, so for now I'm having issues with that. But if you want to know about the situation, look up Superstar or the Dark Side of Eugenia Cooney's Reddit and things like that. There should be screenshots and stuff like that in there. So sorry about that. I just been looking for like 20 minutes and I can't find the exact Reddit post that showcased the way he thought about children that was inappropriate. So yeah. He also was creepy towards a minor as well. Lastly, I want to showcase how Eugenia Cooney would respond if you DM'd her about creeps, because oftentimes she'd just say, sorry, that's happening, and not do anything about it, even though she could block and get rid of these people.
Okay, yes, please, I want to see this.
Like, I can't do anything about it, even though they would be doing this in her community. So this was with
Okay. Oh, it's blocked out a little bit. It says the bit that we can see anyway. I know you're not involved, but Kayla and Steve are, and then it's blocked off your stream, and it's really... I can't see that either. I have not once talked badly about Kaya to anyone. I'm not like that. She's helping Steve bully me, and it's hurting, and I'm so sorry you keep getting pulled into this. If it was my way, you wouldn't be. I'm sorry for what happened in your stream today. Just please don't believe anything they say about me is all I ask. Hey Ariel, oh no worries at all, and I'm really sorry this is going on. I haven't seen you say anything to them in the stream about all the drama or see you even talking about it at all, so I'm sorry they keep bringing it up. But don't worry, I just wish people would stop involving me because I really don't have anything to do with it, and I'm not at all angry at you, and I would never believe anything bad being said or turn against you or anything, so don't worry.
With Ariel, who's also being attacked by Steve, even though she's now also a groomer towards me. But this is just how in general she would respond. She'd act all sorry, which in some ways you could consider that nice. But considering that she could get rid of these people instead of keeping them around, it just kind of showcases how she doesn't really give a fuck at all, in my opinion. And this is just how she responds as well.
Okay, thank you, Harley Quinn Ivy, for letting me know. I mean, yeah, if they're still calling me an abuser, it's like, dude, like, I had no idea, like, about, like, any of it. I would never want that to happen to them or anyone, so it's like, that's crazy. I don't know, I thought I might have saw some stuff on Twitter, like, they were possibly, like, attacking you or something. I'm like, I don't know why. It's like, you're super nice, you don't deserve that.
Oh wait, what's the beginning again?
This clip I just played for you was a clip from 2022 in this video here. It was in this video.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought she was. They were just playing it again. So yeah, this is insane. Actually, this is a whole mess, and the fact that this information has been out, right? Like these TikToks are brand new that this person is making, but this information has been out pretty much for a while. And I'm kind of not sure. I would really like to try and get in touch with this person to see if maybe they can share with me some screenshots that would help confirm like how much Eugenia knew, what kind of stuff was going on in the Discord directly, if there's any proof of like, because I know they mentioned that people would be saying weird stuff and Eugenia would be typing, so probably she saw it, so stuff like that. But overall, it's looking like really damning for Eugenia. This stuff altogether does make it look like she did have an idea of stuff that was going on, or stuff was brought to her attention and she just ignored it. Either way, those are not okay. And I mean, I do think she should say something. I don't think she will, and she's not even online at the moment, but this is really, really damning and really messed up. And you can see why, even though, like I said, I know people are going to be annoyed that I'm talking about Eugenia again, like 3 videos in a row, but this is like really important to talk about. And these TikToks are new. This person is trying to get this information out. So I don't know. Like, again, I'm not saying anything is fact. It's all allegation, but this is looking very worrying. And even the fact that there were just like full on creeps in there. Full on creeps. And the mods didn't remove them. Like, that in itself is kind of damning. That there was these weird NSFW conversations going on between the adults while there are kids in that Discord server. It's like, this is really, really, really not okay. Like, at best, she was negligent, right? But that's simply not okay, to be honest. It's really not. Just let me know anyway what you think about this. And yeah, I'm not gonna promote my book this time because this felt too serious of a one to promote my book. So yeah, I had originally wanted to talk about something else today, but this just had to take precedence. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I will keep an eye on this. If any more information comes out, I will see if I can get in contact with this person. Yeah, this is really bad. There's no other way to say it. This is really bad. She needs to have like a really good explanation for this. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, share, follow me on social media. I'm VangelinaSkov everywhere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.